Hello friends, this is Ganesh and video number 28 on ABAP. In this video, I'm going to explain the interactive reports. So how to design interactive report, what are the properties of it, and how it's going to continue with more than one interactive report. So this is a continuation of the previous one, previous video. It's like ABAP report, classical report. So the same program, I'm going to extend the code for interactive reports with its own events, with the help of its interactive report or events. Okay, let's get into the slide first. So these are the events which is applicable for interactive report. At line selection, at user command, at PF is PF number, and top of page during line selection. Okay, so these are very basic events for interactive report, and each one is like at line selection. All the interactive report related codes are here. It's like whatever code you want for interactive reports, like one interactive or more than one interactive, whatever it is, all the process, I can say it is equal to start of selection and end of selection. Okay, so here everything is coming under outline selection event only. All the interactive reports coding is coming under outline selection. Okay, selection, loop, read, whatever it is, it's going to come under outline selection only. So here you don't have in-lab selection kind of. At user command, so button related codes. Suppose the report, we can have application toolbar buttons, we can have our own menus. So those and all we have to see once we complete the model pool programming, because in that there is a part called status, GUI status, or menu painter we call it as. So once I complete that menu painter concept, I will create one more video especially for at user command in your interactive report. Otherwise, just for your reference, under the at user command, you're going to write all the button related events or codes. It's like if this button is clicked, what needs to be done? If this menu is selected, what needs to be done? So those kind of code is coming under at user command event. At PF is predefined function like F1, F2, the function keys. Okay, so if I press F1, what needs to be done? F2, what needs to be done? So those things to be captured under at PF status or at PF and then PF number event. And the same thing, top of page, same like classical. Here you want the same top of page for your interactive report also. Then there is an extended event called during line selection. So top of page is for classical, but if you want the same to be active in the interactive, then you have to add some keywords. It's nothing but during line selection. So all the page and column headings of your interactive report coming under this event. Okay, always remember the event to be should not be duplicated in your report. Okay, only once you have to mention the event in your entire program. So all the codes coming in outline selection, all the interactive reports column and page heading coming under top of page during line selection. Next, we are going to see few additional things like get cursor field. This is for maybe once you're done with the classical report video, you might have a doubt because it has different fees like purchase order and company code and then customer and everything. Suppose depends on the field selection, I want the value or I want the relevant data to be populated. If the you excuse me, if the user select the purchase order, then I want purchase related information. The same record, same line, if the user double click on top of the customer, then I want a customer detail. So to capture the field level, which field is getting selected from the previous report, it's not a classical report or interactive one, whatever. In a particular report, which field is got selected, then for that you have to use an option called get cursor field. Okay, so based on that you can design your own requirement. And then resize the interactive window. So this is a very simple one. Suppose the interactive window is going to be mostly interactive report or having very less data. For example, purchase order, you'll have at least 50 to 100 purchase order details in the classical report. If I double click any one of the purchase order, we are going to display very limited amount of data of the purchase order. So there is no more than one record probably. Okay, maybe items, maybe 10 or 100 or whatever it is, but it's very less. Suppose if you take, I want only material description, it's very less, right? In that case, you can redesign your output screen. Instead of the full screen and very only one single data is going to display, instead of that, you can redesign it. These are some cosmetic additions you can do in your report. And then list index to control the interactive report codes. I will explain this in the next slide. So there is a system variable called list index. With the help of that, we are going to control the interactive report code, because classical is only one. So under one startup selection, you can write whatever code you want. But interactive is multiple reports. So everything coming under only one event. You can't repeat the same outline selection for interactive report 2, interactive report 3. So everything coming under only one event. Then how I can control this set of code is for particular report and this set of code is for interactive 2, this is for interactive 3. For that, we are going to make use of the list index system variable. And yeah, this one I have shown you in the classical report video as well, how to transfer the relevant data between the reports, between the classical to interactive one, or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, whatever it is. Okay, so to transfer the data, we are going to use a statement called hide. This statement is going to carry the data with a different medium. It can be a variable, or it can be a work area field name, or the entire line I want to carry. Whatever you want to use the medium, you can use it. So you have to use the hide statement to just capture the selected record from the classical report and transfer it to the interactive report 1. Same thing to the next consecutive reports. So same hide is going to be used in different places. Okay, I will show you this example for variable. Last time I showed the variable. Now maybe we can use it for work area field name or the entire work area. And then, yeah, this is the way. So under outline selection, I'm going to write the code for interactive 1, 2, and 3, but I need some a kind of a if condition or kind of a breaking statement. Make sure this is going to execute for only interactive 1. Otherwise, what happens if I double click classical? If you double click the classical event, the system is trying to figure out if there is any outline selection is available in the program. If it is, then automatically control goes to outline selection and start executing it once any double click happens or the hotspot single click happens. If there is no control over here, it's simply written 1, 2, 3 relevant code. It starts here and execute all the 3. Okay, or whatever code you written for the interactive reports is going to be execute all the relevant codes, but we need some break, like break in the sense some determination. Okay, this is only for relevant code, execute only this is for the interactive report 2 and this is for interactive report 3. Further, I'm going to use a system variable called list index. So once you double click the classical report, this list index value is generated by 1. If you double click interactive 1 is incremented by 2 and this one 3. So it's keep on increase the values. So if a double click happens in the classical, I'm going to use a if condition. If list index equal to 1, execute this code. If a double click happen to the interactive 1, then list index is getting value as 2, then execute this. I'm going to use a if condition. If, else if, else if, else if. I'm going to segregate the code which needs to be executed when. Okay, that is the use of list index. This list index is going to be useful in your top of page during line selection, because there is only one event top of page during line selection. Under the event, you're going to write all the heading, column heading, page heading for all the interactive reports. So how you're going to segregate it? With the help of list index only. Okay, that's it. Okay, let me take you to the system. This is the same program which I have used in my previous videos for classical report. I'm going to continue the same over here. So the last I explained about the hide statement, how to transfer the control from classical to interactive using an variable. So another option is, it's not hard to declare a variable. You can just mention the work area and then field name. So either way it's fine. Okay, for just a easy understanding, I used a variable. Otherwise, used whatever medium you want to carry the information. Use the same medium in your outline selection also. So here I'm going to use work area EKKO EBL. So enter. There is no change in the output. So whichever record is selected in the classical report, the same thing is going to be displayed in your interactive. Right. So 4, 7, 7, and if we say 13, that's 13. Okay. And the another one is, suppose if I select the company code, if I double click, it's a record. It's the fully is a record. So if you say 1100, if I double click, it comes with 13 because it consider everywhere. It's considered the entire record is going to be carried in the work area, right? So now there are some requirement depends on the selection I want. Like if I select company code, I want a company related information in my interactive report. If I select purchase, purchase related information, I want the interactive report. One, the same interactive report, but the data is going to be differ depends on the selection of your classical report. So for that, you can use a concept called get cursor code. And this is a basic which I explained already. If anything happens, double click happens in the classical, the control tries to identify any event called outline selection in your program. If yes, it comes here and start working on it. Means start executing whatever code inside or under the outline selection event. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a concept called get cursor field local variable field name. Okay, so this needs to be declared. And if you noticed, there is no separate event for declaration. So you have to declare either the global way or using a top include program, you can do all your declarations. Type character 50. Okay. So I use the field name here. So it depends on the field, I'm going to write the code. If it is a purchase order, means EBELN, what needs to be done. If it is a BUKRS, what needs to be done. Okay. So just activate. Right. So now purchase order, I'm clicking on purchase. Oh, sorry. I need to keep a breakpoint. Okay, if I click the purchase order, it try to find the outline selection. The control goes to outline selection. Now the field, okay, press F5. So the field name is EBELN. Okay, whatever the source, the work area hyphen field name. So then if you double click or here you have to double click because this is there is no hotspot for your company code. So just double click in the company code. You can see F5. Now it's books. Okay, so it depends on that. You can start writing the code. So I don't want to write the code over there also because we have something else in the interactive report. I just show you the path how to get the exact field name using the get cursor field. Then you can start writing it. If this field name is books, do this. Field name is EKORG, do this. Just do that. Okay. Next one is lane selection, good cursor field. Okay, if it is more than one. Okay, so before that, small doubt for me. Company code EKORG. Okay, works and EKORG only. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start writing the code for interactive 1, interactive 2, 3, 4, everything only under outline selection, right? So here this is my code for interactive 1. So interactive 1 code would be I'm going to get all the relevant what do you call the details from purchase order item EBELP. Okay, so those I'm going to get it from that particular METNR, comma, METNR, probably this is fine, from EKPO into table data IT EKPO. So based on the selection of your classical report, EBLN, purchase order, EBLN is equal to So what is the medium we are getting through? Means I'm talking about the height statement, EBLR only. Okay, this is the one. So once it is done, I'm going to display it. This is interactive report 1. Data, WAEKPO. And here I'm going to write right, and I want to display my EBLN, EKPO, EBLP, and then WAEKPO, MATLAB. So hope the field names are correct. Okay, I had to use at symbol because it's a new syntax, right? If you use just a space old SQL, then you don't want to use at symbol. But we are adapting the new syntax. That's why you have to use the escape character over here as well. So looped and everything is fine, all good. So this is my interactive 1 report. Interactive 2, I'm going to display the material information. So select MATNR. Okay, I'll just go with MATNR and I need MTART and I want MAKTX from Mara join with MAKT. Some what do you call join conditions also I'm including over here. Nothing big. MATNR. Okay. Into table data IT underscore material. Okay, material is available in both the tables. So I have to mention which table you have to take the record. So other than that, these are unique fields. So this is for Mara, this is for make it system recognize automatically. You don't want to give the allies names or the table names over here. So okay, systems are improved. Now this is fine. So then I'm going to use looput IT material into data WA material. So here I'm going to use write WA material hyphen MATNR, then TERT WA material hyphen MAKTX. That's it. So here everything coming under one interactive report, so one event outline selection. Okay, so let's see how it's behave if there is no list index has been used. Execute F8 1710. I'm expecting some data should be available in EKPO as well. Let's see. Okay, fine. It comes here and executes. Is there any data? Loop at AKPO. Yes. Okay, one data because there is only one line item, I believe. It display the values and immediately it goes to interactive 2 also, but that is not requested from the user. User wants only interactive 1 data. User doesn't want to see material information over here, but it just keep on moving and get the information. I think I missed the where condition. So what happens if I execute? It display the material information. Okay, I didn't use slash. So this is a material description, material type and everything. So everything is in one report. Correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, everything is one interactive report. Here I missed one. Okay, let me add the if condition first. So what I'm going to do is if list index LSIND equal to 1, then go and execute the relevant code for interactive report 1. Else if list index equal to 2, then execute my interactive report 2. So here what is missing? The value between interactive 1 to interactive 2, because it's just get all the material information, but I want the material which is applicable from this particular purchase order number. So I need to use hide. So what I'm going to pass over here, I want EKPO MATNR. Either you can use this or declare a variable and you can do it. and some additions I'm going to do. I'm going to use a hotspot for my material, easy for the user. And then, so here I'm going to add a where condition, where matnr equals WAEKPO, whatever I mentioned in the height statement of my interactive 1, that needs to be used in interactive 2 as well. That's it. Check it. Okay. Assemble. Check it. Okay. Yes, it's good now. So now it works as we requested. F8 1710. So I'm going to click number 9. Okay, that's a breakpoint. So now you can see the value of list index. Now the list index value is 1. I'm going to execute. So it comes here and execute this one. Then it stops. Okay, this is a purchase order item, and there is a material with a hand tool. Click it. Again, it comes to outline selection, and now the list index value is 2. Now what happens? It automatically goes to list index 2 and execute the relevant information and display the this is material, because material is 40 in S4 HANA, that's why it's a bigger one here, and material type, and this is material description, material text. Okay, so this is the way which, okay, once you back and inform that also. Now let's go for 13, executes, and if you click this material, so this is interactive. Okay, let me take out this breakpoint. So this is interactive 2. If I click back, it goes to interactive 1, and back and go to classical report. Okay, so this is the way the interactives will work. Now I'll go with 8 without breakpoint. This is my interactive 1, and click the material, and this is interactive 2. The same way you can have a number of interactives, depends on your design or requirement. The next one is top of page during line selection. I need some headings for my interactive report. Let me copy this. So here I'm going to say top of page during line selection, and this is procurement item details. And purchase order, then I need the PO item and then material. So these are the 3 for my interactive 1. Okay, and interactive 2. Okay, something else. Okay, fine. Interactive 2 as material details. Material details. And the first one is material number. And then second one is material type. And third one is material text. Okay, I'm not adjusting the size, just it's fine. And here also I need if list index equal to 1, otherwise it execute everything in one shot. Else if list index equal to 2, and if done. Okay, execute, activate. Okay, the mapping is not done because I need to map the text column text with my loop statement. So purchase order, PO item and material. Okay, so go to your first interactive report loop statement. Okay, here under. So there are two options using under, otherwise you can use the position of the column heading. So position is 20 and this is okay. Also I'm going to use the position. What is the position here? 35. Okay, and the same thing for this one also. This one I'm going to use the entire positions. So 20 and here 35. Okay, that's it. Activate, then execute. 1710, execute. Number 9. So now I'll get the procurement item details page heading for my first interactive report along with the column headings. And if you say material, now this is interactive 2 material details, and you'll get material column heading, material type, and material text. Okay, and if you want to like format or design with the page number or some colors, underlining, whatever you want, just make use of that. Okay, so everything is same like classical, so you can just play around. And the another one which I'm going to do is I'm going to resize my window. So I feel my interactive 2 I want as a kind of a pop-up. So what I'm going to do is before displaying the value, I'm going to write a statement called window starting at 1010 and ending at, okay, it should be x and y, right? 10:30. I'm not good with this, so it's like 15:30. Let's see how it display. And I use this window option, the resize option, for interactive 2. Execute 1710, 8 this time, and 32. Oh, my format is not correct. Okay, let me figure out 1010. Okay, close it. Say 2:30, and this also is going to be 2. 1 second. So here I end up with some decent size. So like 2, 10, 60, and 15. Execute. 17, 10. Execute. 9, 32. It comes like this. So you're able to resize your interactive report. Okay. This is interactive 1 and this is interactive 2. Okay. This is about the ABAP reports. The two things are pending, at user command and at PF. So I will just get it once I complete the model pull programming. Um, this is a way to create ABAP reports. So it should be good with events and how we can pass the information between two reports, how many reports we can give. So a lot of things you can get, and once you have time, just play around. Try to reach the 19th, like 0 to 19, right? 19th interactive report. Then try to double click. What will happen? Normally it goes to short dump. So just try out, and if you have any questions on ABAP reports, please let me know. I'm happy to help. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.